Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. 5:36 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Would have liked to start at 5:30 exactly, but didn't work out that way. But it's fine. I'm not going to need too much time, I don't think. Now, we have the Cruzan aged light rum. I got about 25% of the bottle finished already. Introduced in 1760. It's been produced by the Nell family since the early 1800s. And it says Gary Nelthrop, master distiller. Got his signature on there. Nice label embossed for Cruzan on the sides. It says 1760 on the bottle shoulder. It's got notches on the back for putting it on a rack. So on. Nice. $9.99 for the 750 milliliter bottle. Wasn't too impressed with the gold, the aged dark. I didn't see much to that. The aged light, I was expecting it to be, I said it's going to be another red like the gold, the dark, but no, it's really good. It's really good. So you never can go, you don't just taste one brand offering and say, well, that brand's no good, because different ones to me will have different qualities, and some will be good and others won't be. That's my experience so far. Now, the competitor is the lowly, beautiful plastic gold cap as opposed to the metal, the steel. Or is that aluminum? I think it's steel. No, it's aluminum. Whatever. Cap. Now, this is Clubhouse rum with the aquamarine and gold and white. Kind of a turquoise, gold and white. Bottled by Kentucky Standard Distillers, Bardstown, Kentucky, 40004. Premium quality. Imagine that. Premium quality, and it was only $6.99 for a liter. I'm not making fun of it because actually it is pretty good from my experience. It didn't say top quality, it said premium, but it's really budget quality, okay? 1 liter. Doesn't have a country of origin anywhere on here. It doesn't say it's imported. They show a picture, a pen and ink picture of a clubhouse, like at a country club, and I'm pretty sure you're not going to see this at the clubhouse. And then they got a crossed golf clubs and crossed fishing poles. Well, I shouldn't say too much because you might see it at the in the well at a clubhouse, but this is not something people are reaching for across America. I bought it at super discount store. You want to know why? Because it was $6.99 a bottle if you bought 2 bottles. No, it was $6.99. It was $5.99 if you bought 2 bottles. But I didn't want 2 bottles, and I asked the guy, could I mix match, and he said no. Because they had the Ron Reed $5.99 for 2 bottles, and each $5.99 each, and then the Clubhouse $5.99 each for 2 bottles. But I only wanted 1 of each, and he wouldn't let me, so I had to pay $2 extra. I said, oh well, and I'm glad I did, because that Ron Rio has been so disappointing and bad. All right. So first we'll pour the Clubhouse. Introduce, I don't know when. Produce, I don't know where. Age for I don't know how long. If it's a year, I'd be shocked. All right. What is it aged in? I don't know. I know nothing about it. They don't give any information. The only thing they tell you on the Heaven Hill website, if you look under product specifications, it's hair in my nose. Product specifications, and it'd be like it's sold in a 1 liter bottle and it's 80 proof. I think that's it. They got 1 liter bottles and it's 80 proof. I think it's the only configuration, but I could be wrong because I know some of these are in small bottles. I bought a 375 milliliter bottle of Clubhouse Gin, which actually was pretty good. You expect it to be just awful, horrible. No, it had an interesting lemon quality, like almost as though they had added lemon lime flavor to it. Didn't say it on the label, but it wouldn't shock me. You say, well, that was probably added to mask off flavors and aromas that those cheap gins have. It could be true, but it worked. You know, I put it in the freezer anyway, just sipped on it. I'm not a gin guy. Gin is not for me. Now my daughter, that's her thing. Gin cocktails. They always making all kind of gin cocktails, trying this and that interesting gin, and she likes how they change the botanicals and everything. Well, you can't do everything, so that's her focus. You know, I've been avoiding gin and vodka, but I've been focusing. I've done some gin and vodka reviews, but I've been focusing on whiskeys of various types, brandy of various types, and rum. And that's been working out fine. And that's keeping me mighty busy. So people are asking me, are you going to start doing tequila? Really, I'm not. Because that's a whole nother area. And then you get caught up in that, and it just becomes too difficult to cover everything. I really was just going to do brandy for hard liquor. I was satisfied to just do different brandy brands. I figured that'll keep me busy for 50 years. But the main comments I got were not about, how about this brandy? How about that brandy? The main comments I got were, when are you going to do whiskey? And I was like, man, I really wanted to focus on brandy. There was some interest in it, minimal, but some, you know, you get some people making comments occasionally. There wasn't a whole lot of interest, and I did posts in alcohol eggs, and there really wasn't much interest there either. So I did not give up on brandy. I have one coming up this week. Well, the solo review won't be posted for a good while, but it's a French brandy. I bought that at Savannah Discount. They had a good price on it, about $7 cheaper than normal, and see what happens. But the focus is mainly whiskey because that's where people want to go. Rum, there was some question. Now, when I started doing whiskey, people were saying, have you tried this and that rum? So now I say, oh, no, not rum. So they kept harping on it. And I told them, I said, honestly, I never tried rum in my life. I've never had it. I don't even know what it tastes like. I mean, I have a feeling I know what it tastes like since it's made out of sugarcane, you know, molasses, sugar byproduct, molasses, dark, very dark, gold or light, things like that. But I said, I'll try it, you know, can't hurt. So I bought the Myers's. That was the first. Myers's dark rum. People call it Myers, but it's actually Myers's. It's kind of a hard thing to say. So, because that's the name of the guy. It started Myers, apostrophe S. It's not plural. It's just, that's the name, Myers's. But whatever, you know, I really enjoyed it. It tastes exactly the way I thought it was going to taste. The Bacardi Dark was very nice. I noticed when I was in Texas earlier this month, my friend and his wife, they got a unopened bottle of Bacardi Supreme or Superior or whatever it's called. Select. I can't remember. It was what Bacardi Black used to be called. And it was from 2013. And I said, I'll buy that from you. It was a liter too. And then they would talk. They never did entertain the idea. They'll never open it because they don't drink. But I mean, each of them might drink a gallon of liquor a year of any sort. So, I mean, we're talking about that's minimal. So I said, it's a shame that that bottle of Bacardi is just going to sit in that cabinet, that pantry cabinet forever. But I've had it as Bacardi Black. And I liked it a lot. But anyway, whatever. You just, hey, it's like it's an orphan, you know. Oh, look at that poor bottle. It's just, he said, somebody gave that to us. For like a birthday party or something. And I said, it shows you right there, they never drank it. I mean, if they'd have given it to me in 2013, you know, it wouldn't have been around in 2014. I don't like rum. I like whiskey, says Jason Bourne. Well, there you go. That's his identity, you know. That's his identity, whiskey. All right. I like them both. I might prefer rum over whiskey, but I'm not sure about that. But I might actually. I know one thing, I'm not gonna worry about it. I certainly wouldn't worry about it. This one smells kind of yeasty. Now, you say yeast, it's made with sugar cane, light molasses. How can it taste like yeast? Well, smells like it. I guess they add yeast to ferment it after they've distilled it, I went to a distillery a while back, 3 years ago, and that mash was popping. I thought it was heat. The guy said, that's not bubbles from heat. That's the yeast fermenting up and releasing gas. I said, huh, goes to show you. It smells nice, mild, little wood. It's not like super aromatic, but it's not like super off anyway. It's nice. Must be the Cruzan Age Light. Cruzan Age Light is a 1-year rum, but they don't give an age statement. All right. Because they don't want to call it a 1-year. They say it's aged between 1 and 4 years. It's a blend of rums. It's actually a blend of rums, the youngest being 1 year, the oldest 4 years. And I don't know how many is blended in. But see, when you give an age statement, you got to go with the youngest rum. You could have a 100-year-old rum blended with a 1-year-old. You can't call it a 50-year age, the average. You got to call it a 1-year-old. So they don't give an age statement. They just say, they give an age description. A blend of rums aged 1 to 4 years. Get it? They're not making an official age statement declaration. They're simply giving a description of what's blended in. So it's allowed. So Clubhouse, no, I'm not giving an age statement. They don't even tell you where it's from. I think it's just from Kentucky. It might just be made in Kentucky, which is cool. This smells yeasty also. It smells kind of standard though, like sugar, light molasses that you could buy at the grocery store. Mostly they sell dark molasses though. Maybe it's a little flatter in the nose, like it's not as elaborate. So I'm thinking, don't know. I'm thinking the one in my left hand could be to your right or to your left. These things get reversed and then reversed again and reversed back. It's reversed when I look into it. That means it's straight for you. And that's why I like it. Some people do these videos in front of the camera, the web camera, and they want it straight for them, but then it's reversed when you watch it, when I watch it. And I'm like, why they didn't flip it? Because I don't really like looking at labels that's backwards on a playback, but it's no big deal. It's mostly a radio show. You listen to it. It smells, this one tastes kind of grassy, like a sugarcane stalk. Sugarcane is grass. It's kind of, Maxwell says, good morning, Ron. How are you? How's the weather? Well, the weather's humid, very humid, and it stormed last night. It's so humid in the air right now that if it rains at all, they say it just pours. I like vodka as well, but I only like specific brands like Tito's, and I would usually mix it with something. Okay, Jason. But Tito's has a nice taste all by itself, or rather, it's just easy to drink compared to other vodkas. Kevin Johnson says, the Ron Radio Show coming to you live and early. That's right. Welcome to this audio broadcast. Early morning, dawn. July 28th, 2020. And away we go. Well, this is a tricky one. I was concerned. I was concerned that the challenge would be tricky. Just like Gregory Peccary. La, 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 la. Just like Billy the Mountain. Billy the Mountain. Who is making those new brown clouds? Who is making those clouds these days? Who is making those new brown clouds? Let's go to the philosopher and see what he says. What may you ask is a philosopher? All right, or a trendmonger. Anyway, I got confused when I did the not the skull. I did get confused with the skull. The skull was the one I got wrong. Oh yeah, I got so tricked up. I thought the skull was the Cruzan. I thought the Cruzan was the skull. And then I was bragging about how Cruzan was better, though. I was saying it is better. It's better. It's 4 years, 1 to 4 years, and on and on. But then I was talking about the skull. Oh, I was embarrassed. Just goes to show you can buy something cheap and it'll beat the more expensive one sometimes, in my experience. I'm just one person. You might say, you're just one guy. You're one man. Your opinion is not applicable for the whole human race. That's true. My assessment of the flavors. And anyway, all the world is birthday cake, so take a piece, but not too much. All right. This one here has a spicy aspect. Yeah, maybe a more, maybe a spicier aspect, a la black pepper. Pulverized black pepper, you know, powder, like the powder form, not the granulated. I'll tell you, if you want me to I think it's sweeter also. There's more sugar content. Oh, honey, honey. Sugar bear. Well, if I'm having this much trouble, then I'm having this much trouble. And the answer is simple. From the answer man. Well, the answer is that Clubhouse wins by virtue of me having trouble telling them apart, and that it's $3 cheaper, plus you get 25% extra. Now, that's an interesting mathematical consideration, right? It's 25% more liquor in the bottle, but it's $3 cheaper per bottle, and I can't really tell them apart. I know that they're different. I know one is different from the other. One of these things is not like the others. 3 of them are alike, but one is different. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But if only. Did you hear what someone posted on Alcohol Eggs that the U.S. is running out of beer? I'm not buying it. Yeah, that was a clickbait article, actually. You know, one of those clickbaits where it tricks you in to thinking one thing, but it's really something else, like the comic book covers. I've got all these thousands of comic books. Like mostly Superman is notorious for that. Like, you know, you've lost all your powers permanently, you know, and then you read it. It's just to get you, and it's to get children to say, oh, I want to read where Superman lost his powers. But then you read it and it's like some qualified thing. It's like, oh yeah, he didn't lose his powers permanently. He lost his powers permanently, comma, if this certain scenario had taken place. And it's like that article. If you read the article, it just said they're running out of cans because everybody's drinking beer at home now because of the scamdemic. So there's a can shortage. Really, there's no beer shortage. A beer glut, actually. Ron, how many hours do you usually sleep? About 7. Daryl says, good morning, Ronald. Good morning to you, Daryl. Jason says, people like to mix rum with Coke. I find it kind of disgusting. I wouldn't know because I've never done it. I've never done it. How do you think it feels when you've been up for 5 days straight? Listen, babe. I think I have it now. I think this is the Cruzan, and I think this is the Clubhouse. Now, upon further drinking, I mean tasting, I wouldn't dare drink before 6 a.m. in the morning. I have some kind of parameters, some self-control. I mean, enough's enough. Where do I go? Who do I turn to? You know what I'm saying? So, but upon further tasting, I think this is the Cruzan, and it is a little bit more developed. It has a little bit more cachet to it, a little bit more a woodiness. This is a little more simple. This is a little bit country, and this is a little bit rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? So, so this one is a little more Charles in charge. So I'm going to say that it's the Cruzan. But I wouldn't say win, because if you got to go through this kind of exercise just to tell them apart, I don't know if that's winning. We're not winnies. We're not winners, Tony. We're losers. Look at us. All right. So I think it loses by virtue of that it's more expensive, the case that is more expensive and it's difficult to tell apart. And that's the way I feel about it. And I'm unanimous in that. Please say CAL, Cruzan Age Light. Oh, how you feel played? Yes, I feel very played. I feel embarrassed, shamed, shunned, outcast. I feel like an outcast. I want to shake it like a Polaroid. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I wanted to cry. I wanted to tear out my teeth. I wanted to cry like some grandmother. Then it hit me like a diamond bullet in the forehead, and I realized I was wrong. Ah, see, that makes sense, Ron. These taste challenges are much harder than people think. Yeah, a lot of people roll their eyes and say, you just do taste challenges, you know, fill in the blank, whatever they want to say negative. Okay. It's easy, you know, somebody's on the internet. You could just target them. I mean, what they're going to do, you know? You say, but you don't do that. I know, but I'm not insane. And I'm not mean-spirited. But remember, social media is where the schizophrenics come out to play. And the psychotics. And the psychopaths. And the borderline personalities. And etc. But you think you know, but you don't know, and you'll never know. Look, enough's enough. Let's look at it like this. It's easy to say what you would do. You say, you mean like Peter in the Bible, right? Simon Peter say, oh no, not me. They'll have to kill me before I let them touch you, Jesus. He said, well, actually, you'll deny me 3 times before the cock crows twice. Before you hear that rooster crowing twice, you'll deny me 3 times. Oh no, he said, oh no, I'll die first. Well, it's easy to say that when you haven't been attacked by people with weapons. When the chips are down is when it matters. So, and then he realized, wow, when it was time to put my money where my mouth was, I ran off like a big coward, like Bad Baby. Danielle was telling people, cash me outside, how about that? But then was she going to show up when it was time to roll? So he didn't show up. He didn't show out. He ran off and he felt terrible and he wept bitterly. I'm not weeping bitterly in this context because I did do the taste challenge. I'm like Jesse Jackson. I was there. I was there. So if you're going to talk about the taste challenges, then my solution to your quandary, to your dilemma, to your cognitive dissonance, my solution is do the taste challenge. You got a video channel? Do the challenge. Do the blind taste test. Not an open taste test where you're looking at the bottle and you're looking at the glass and you're looking at the bottle and you're looking at the glass. There's so much embedded bias there that it's or doesn't mean a whole lot. Do the blind taste test. You say, you sound like you calling people out. It does sound that way. And you know why? You want to know why? Because that's the truth. That's what's happening, right? Live on the internet. I'm calling them out to do the blind taste test, a showdown, a dance off, a rap off, freestyling, and well, not really all of that, just a taste challenge. But anyway, do the taste challenge. I'll watch. I'll even comment, perhaps. So, well, I got a lot of things to work out in my head now. I got it wrong. I feel dismayed, discombobulated, disoriented, distressed. To think, to imagine that the lowly clubhouse of all rums in the world that one could pick, to imagine that Clubhouse could beat Cruzan, I never would have dreamed it possible. I would have thought Apollo 13 would have made it to the moon before I got it wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'd have stirred the tanks before I'd have got it wrong. Anyway, I'm a little man. I'm a little man. He's a great man. I should have been a pair of ragged claws scuttling across floors of silent seas. So anyway, cruising to the clubhouse, boy. Cruising to the clubhouse, boy. Yeah, boy. That's it. You heard me? So I got it wrong. We'll be back in 2 days for a fiasco of all fiascos. Save 30 minutes. Don't watch it. Don't listen to it because it's going to be a joke. And it's not even going to be a good joke. It's going to be a pathetic joke. It's going to be the notorious, infamous, and not to mention poorly regarded Ron Rio, a rum that smells like Roundup and tastes like rancid sugarcane stalks versus Cruzan. There's no way that can win. That's an impossibility. It can never happen. But it's going to be done because when I do taste challenges, I run the whole gamut. You know what I'm saying? I go through the whole program. Then we're going to go to Captain Morgan White Rum. That's going to be a great challenge. I think Captain Morgan's going to battle. It's going to do well. It had better do well. It cost me $18.99. Well, it cost me $15.99 with the discount. You know what I'm saying? When I got my coupon, $15.99 with the coupon, $4 off. So we talking about $19.99 for that big buy. It better win. And furthermore, we're closing out with Palo Viejo. That'll be Sunday, I guess. Palo Viejo and Cruzan are probably on an even scale, although I got Palo Viejo for $6.99 a liter. $6.99 a liter. When you think about it, it's sort of amazing. Think about how many rums I've gotten, y'all, for $6.99 a liter. I wish I could get some single malt scotch for $6.99 a liter. Ron, cheer up. I'm going to try to cheer up. You know how you feel? I feel worse than that. All right. On On with the program. It's been 30 minutes.